my mom came into the room and she's like, look at my phone. And then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, oh.
I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucks winning 31-27 and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year. And they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets.
You said you can't bet against Tom Brady, and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's two of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week in Austin. It's the worst time of year because this is the play-in tournament, and like we've ran into before, there's not a day separating the play-in tournament and the playoffs. So we'll be getting up early right before playoff games start. But now we have the play-in tournament where we will be making our predictions because it's its own sole different thing for the NBA separated between the playoffs.
Yeah, the play-in is something that I don't necessarily enjoy, but it is a thing. We have to predict it. This does not include our playoff predictions, though, so this is not for points in our major predictions, but this is something that I'd like to predict. Which side would you like to start with? And because I guess there's no meeting up in the middle. We'll just do one side and then do the other.
Let's go the East. I think there's some fun teams in the East, so I can go first. You have the 76ers versus the Magic, and I have the Magic winning that one, so they'll be the 7th seed. And then Hornets versus Heat. I have the Hornets winning that matchup, so it'd be a matchup between the 76ers and Hornets for me.
Yeah, we're a little bit different. I do have the Hornets winning, though, versus the Heat. I do think that they have the advantage in that game, their youth. The Heat were 38-29 at one point. Now they're 43-39. They've really been on a bad stretch as of late. And that's really ever happened since Bam scored 83. But I do think that the Hornets are the better team at this point in the season. I do think they win. And between the 76ers and the Magic, this is where we disagree. I have the 76ers. They have been dealing with some injuries, but now that Paul George is back from his suspension, can he play in the playoffs? I just realized that.
I don't know.
I know.
I would assume so. Yes. I believe he can. I can't.
Okay, yes, he is. Okay. I just want to make sure. I knew he was playing well, but I didn't know, like, in the MLB, if you're suspended for PEDs, you cannot come back during the playoffs.
So I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you miss the first half of the season, like Jurickson Profar last year, obviously this year's out for the whole year, but last year, even though he came back in the second half of the season, if the Braves would have made the playoffs, he would not have been able to play. So I do the 76ers winning over the Magic. The Magic have not had the greatest second half. That is a close game, though. I mean, they have the same record. But then it is the Hornets versus the Magic for me. I know you still have to do yours. I have the Hornets winning. So I have the Hornets and 76ers making the playoffs, where the Hornets would get the 8th seed, the 76ers would get the 7th seed.
So I have the Magic at the 7th seed, and then I would have the 76ers at the 8th seed, as I have them beating the Hornets in that final play-in game for the final East spot.
Okay.
All right, so I'll let you talk about the West.
So the West is a little bit different because I don't think the teams are as closely tied together. I mean, if you look at the East, it's 45-37 for both the 76ers and Magic, and then the Hornets are 44-38, and then the Heat are 43-39. So realistically, any one of those 4 teams, or 2 of those 4 teams could make it. I guess the Hornets and Heat can't both make it, but at the same time, those teams are so close. I could see any of those teams making it. In the West, I don't really see that. The Warriors are playing the Clippers. I think everybody and their mom is taking the Clippers to win this game. The Warriors have really struggled ever since Curry went down, and that injury, even though he will be playing in this game, I don't think they beat a Clippers team that's really been extremely confident moving forward. And then Portland's played well recently. They do play the Suns, but I do have the Suns winning.
All right, I think we're in agreement on this one because I have the Suns winning as well, and then I do have the Clippers winning as well. So that would make Trailblazers versus Clippers. And I have the Clippers after a horrendous start to this year, making it to the playoffs, and I have them becoming the 8th seed after beating the Trailblazers.
Yeah, you and I agree.
All right. Okay, wow. So all just comes down to the East with these predictions.
Well, one game, really. It's just 76ers
Wow.
versus Magic. So,
Dang. So we will have to see what that is about. So yeah, it's I will see if I watch a play-in game, but yeah, no, it will be something that we'll just look at to see who wins, and we count down the days till things get changed from it.
yeah, there's some of these teams, like in the East, you can see like a little bit it makes sense, right? Because the East is extremely competitive, but then you have a team like the Warriors that we just mentioned that are so far out of it, but is still getting a chance to compete and to potentially be an 8th seed. I just don't really like that. I think that is not how the NBA should be rewarding teams. We can extend the video a little bit longer, though. I do want to ask this question. Of the 8 teams that are competing in the play-in, which team has the highest chance of going the furthest?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say give me the Clippers.
Okay, so even though they would have to play the Thunder in round 1, you think they have the highest chance of going the furthest?
Shoot, I forgot about that. Dang it. Okay, it's not going to be anyone that... Dang, dude. I don't know if I see any of them... Like, if looking at these... Because, like, the top 2 seeds are Thunder and Spurs. I don't see a team beating them. Either team. Then you have Pistons, Celtics. So maybe based on that, I'm going to rephrase. My 8th seed is the 76ers, so I guess the 76ers.
Okay, my 8th seed is the Hornets, and I also have it being the Hornets. So we both have the 8th seed in the East. The Pistons have dealt with some injuries, especially with Cade. I need to check Cade's health, especially before we do our playoff prediction. But I do think that the Pistons are the weakest of those top 4 seeds, or top 2 seeds on both sides. He did come back. He played 26 minutes, had 13 points and 10 assists against the Bucks. I'm still a little bit worried for them. The Celtics have been progressively getting better over the season, and now with Tatum healthy, I think that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, obviously, Tatum's not 100%, but I'm a little bit more worried about the Pistons. But I could definitely see all the 1s and 2 seeds winning in the first round this year.
Yeah, they all seem dominant. So I think the Clippers would probably be the best team out of that. But like you brought up, it's the Thunder, and that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.